At some point, I have to stop looking at the live feed so I can give the episode review of episode 5, Big Brother 15. We started out with a rehash of the HOH since they left us hanging on the last episode. Erin says that she wants the HOH because she was blindsided and she wants to vindicate David, who wasn't her boyfriend, by the way. It was just her best friend in the house. Howard and Jesse and Judd and Nick decide to go for the small jug to unlock the big cup so that they could start working quicker on the big jug. Alyssa and Andy almost won, but unfortunately almost only counts in horseshoes and grenades. So unfortunately Jeremy and Erin win. Jeremy immediately decides he's going to allow Erin to have the HOH because it puts him in the best of all possible worlds. You know, he's upstairs sharing HOH bed, 3 people in one bed. Tonight, finally on the feeds, and I can say this without giving anything away, Erin said she's about tired of 3 people sleeping in a bed. So what's she doing? She's giving up her HOH room to go downstairs and sleep in someone else's bed so that there's only 2 people in a bed. Ridiculous, if you ask me. So he's getting everything. He's being able to call shots, and he's being able to do all of this without really getting blood on his hands. Well, so he thinks. You know, everyone knows he's calling shots, and he's being the most obnoxious person absolutely ever. And so, well, not ever. Ever would be people like Evil Dick. Let's see, so Jeremy and Erin win, and he reached in with his fingers and got the ping pong out, and unfortunately that close, and Andy would have taken it with Alyssa, and that would have been really nice. Anyway, immediately upon winning her HOH, she was told that she had to give 4 house guests to be a have-not. She immediately asked who voted out David. No one answered. No one was that stupid. So she, just went after the people who she thought were the people that voted him out. And pretty much, I think all, except for Candace, if I'm not mistaken, Candace voted to keep him in and vote Alyssa out. So that was a wrong call there. But that ended up putting Alyssa, Helen, Candace, and Andy on slop for the week. And that it's the second week for everyone except for Candace, so they're pretty much done with being have-nots. Andy went upstairs or went to Erin and was the first one to admit that he did vote out David, but he said he went along with what the group wanted, and so he took the initiative to go up and say, I did this, but yet he really kind of didn't claim it. But whatever, it counts, right? Sorry, my sinuses. Alyssa, after, let's go up to my HOH room, and everybody stares at that killer clown. Alyssa, knowing that she's the one going up on the block, doesn't give a crap, and so she's the first one to leave the room saying, that was fun. That was funny. The choice for the have-nots this week was liver and lima beans, and apparently part of liver is that they've been given liver pate. From what I'm hearing, not very many people are choosing to do the liver and instead are pretty much living off of the lima beans. I was anemic when I was a kid, and so I had to eat liver a lot, and it's not that bad if you have it deep fried, battered, in some kind of something or other, and you put a lot of ketchup on it. And from what I understand, you can use condiments freely while you're in there, so they should do that. Lots and lots and lots of ketchup and lots of fried onions with it. At least it's protein going into you, because some of these people are complaining that they're only getting about 500 calories a day, and that's, yeah, not very good. Next, they move into the inappropriate comments that Erin has been making. Howard and Amanda have both talked in diary room or captures about the things that she's been saying, and this isn't any sort of a reveal. It's just out there in the world in general She has been fired by her modeling agency for the things that she's been saying and doing. Some of the other people also are Gina Marie. Gina Marie lost her job for the things that she's been saying and doing, racist comments, etc. And I heard that Spencer has been put on leave for some of the comments that he's been making. And I haven't seen the documented proof, but I believe that Jessie is now being let go by her employer for some of the things that she is saying and doing. And so it looks like you're going to have to quit your job, your day job, before you go onto the show if you have even the tiniest bit of racist, things that you want to say on the national TV. Candace is interesting because it seems to be the only person that seems to be clued in on anything. She's very extremely observant, and her only downfall is the fact that she shares all of these observances with everyone. And when I do this, I'm talking about this is how she does it, with her eyes like this, and it just sometimes really totally unnerves me that I have to look away from the feeds just to listen to her. I can't, stand watching her anymore. But she's about the only person that has figured things out, and through her multiple sharings, more and more people are beginning to see the light. So it looks like some of these side alliances and everything are hopefully soon going to be figured out. Anyway, the next week we have the choice for have-nots, and this is an interesting set of groupings. Usually there's something in there that usually has at least some kind of nutritional like protein value in it, but I'm not sure about this go around. Choices are coconuts and cabbage, grapefruit and guacamole, and mincemeat and marshmallows. And now, I was kind of surprised, I'm not going to lie, of America's choice for last week. So I'm not even beginning to wonder, and I can't guess what the next thing will be chosen. I know that if I had to choose something from any of this, it would probably be grapefruit and guacamole. I guess you could do stuff with coconuts and cabbage. Cabbage you can make coleslaw, I guess. If you like coleslaw. I don't like coleslaw, but if you make the guacamole, what are you going to eat it with? You can't eat chips. So anyway, I don't get that choices. But what are you guys going to choose if you vote? If you don't vote, what would you choose? Jessie started looking for a lover in the house. Everybody's got a lover except her. So she started following Nick around, which was really weird. I didn't understand that, but I guess you kind of get bored after a while in the house with nothing to do. And so she kind of followed him around, and that was kind of like a time waster, kind of like me reviewing it is. Helen decided that she was going to have a tete-a-tete with Aaron. I don't know that even Aaron understood what a tete-a-tete was. She should. She's a psych major. But I found it very interesting because she said, that we should team up because, first of all, no one would believe it, and second of all, at some point you have to vote out your friends in this game, and I can be the person to do that and make sure that I get them out when you want them out, and we can do the same, for me. You can do the same for me. And as she left, Aaron says, well, I think she's sketchy and she offended me, and frankly. And I was thinking, wait a second. She offended you? I didn't hear her calling you a Walmart cracker. I found it interesting that Amanda was being thrown under the bus as being the mastermind for getting David out, because if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was Nick, wasn't it? I don't know, but I just found that truly interesting. So anyway, next up were the nominations, and it ends up, of course, that Alyssa and Helen are on the block. She told Alyssa, you make unnecessary waves, and you are the reason that David went home. Well, excuse me, he was on the block just like she was, so how come you didn't blame it on, who was it that was also up there with her? Helen? Jessie, what? Yeah, she didn't blame that on Jessie. And then she put Helen up because by association. That's pretty sad. That's a pretty sad, scene, but I get it. She says, you're a strong woman. You have a shot at winning the POV. I hope you do. And in her DR session, she says, why not put up Alyssa's friend next to her? I get it. I do get it. You take both of them out of the equation. That's one less vote for, to keep that person in. I get it. And at the end, they said that on Wednesday, we are going to have a Big Brother favorite back for news for the house guests. So I'm beginning to wonder who it is. Could it be Rachel Riley? We'll stay tuned to see. All right, you guys, we'll see you on Wednesday evening. Bye.